Right now, we're going to shift to Dani, though, because Dani is actually from New Jersey. So what I want to do is I want to welcome Dani up to the stage here for our first presentation. Dani is part of our Google team. She's got some really good stuff to talk to you guys about. So I'm going to bring her up here. Come on up.
Thank you so much, Pete. It is such a pleasure to be here at this second conference. I'm so excited. I have a lot of interesting things to dive into with you. As Pete said, we're not too far from my hometown of Marlborough, New Jersey, and you can take the girl out of Jersey, but you can't make you haul a hoagie a sub. So, sorry, Jersey Mikes. Let me just find the clicker. Yes? Okay, awesome. So I want to talk to you guys today about changes in advertising technology that has led us to be able to leverage data and machine learning to make our marketing smarter. We always talk at Google about working smarter, not harder, and at the forefront of what's going on with advertising today is machine learning and using your first-party data to have really good behavioral signals, really good targeting to deliver customized messaging at scale to your most valuable users. So Mike, doing okay? Can everyone hear me? Yeah? Awesome. Talk about technology.
Green button.
Thanks. So in the past, we were limited to buying media in mass messaging channels like TV, like print. These are channels that maximize reach and frequency, but left a lot to be desired in terms of measurement and impact. Additionally, these channels have kind of a one-size-fits-all messaging position where you're not using a customized experience for every user. Technology, and mobile in particular, has completely turned that on its head. Instead of buying TV commercials, which for many of us I imagine are bathroom breaks, we're actually able to buy on YouTube with skippable formats, so a user has a choice for when to engage with your content. YouTube is actually 95% viewable, 95% sound on, and it is a native platform. Users are going there to see video. Users have more choice than ever before, and advertisers are able to connect across platforms, across devices, and have kind of a seamless consumer journey, since we know that the path to conversion is more complex than ever. Nevertheless, media is still bought in silos. We have separate goals, separate KPIs, and in fact, separate teams for TV, for digital, for e-commerce versus our franchises. We're not giving the user a cohesive experience, and we're not setting KPIs that are focused on customer success. Technology gives us the opportunity to drive customer-centric advertising experiences with a customized message at every single touch point. And we leverage data to understand the unique signals, like what content are your users reading across the web? What are they searching for? What videos are they watching? And that's what really distinguishes Google as an intent platform versus an interest-based platform. Additionally, we can move away from contextual targeting, things like demographics, things like zip code targeting, into much more sophisticated behavioral targeting. We can understand what a user wants, what they're interested in, what they intend to do, and their propensity to convert, which makes our advertising much more effective. Leveraging audience data and machine learning is how we get ahead and use all of those signals, some proprietary to Google, with our over 1 billion logged-in users, monthly users, 1 billion logged-in users across 7 different platforms. This is what we're seeing our premier partners use to get ahead, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. So there are 3 differentiating factors that we're seeing our most sophisticated marketing leaders leverage. It's moving from a channel-first to a customer-first strategy. This means breaking down organizational silos and setting KPIs that keep your customer at the forefront. Additionally, once we've set those organizational foundations, we're seeing leading marketers leverage intelligence at every step to reach new customers, to convert them, and to retain them. And finally, that means that we're not focusing solely on transactions, but actually building relationships and meeting your users with customized messaging, making sure that you really value what is going to ultimately drive scalable success for your business. So let's start with customer first strategies. We can't have a customized relationship with our customers unless we have a holistic view of our relationship for them. In a channel-focused model, we have media that's competing for budget with itself to reach the same targeted user, and we're setting different KPIs across all of these different channels. When we shift to a customer-centric model, we're actually using a singular KPI focused on the customer value, and we're operating across a singular metric for success. How many of you guys set different business metrics for TV than you would for, let's say, paid search? Yeah, some hands? And that makes sense in a world where you're not able to measure impact. But if you could tie all of that together, if you could really understand cross-device, cross-channel, what drives impact, don't you think that's something you would do? Yeah? Gets you excited? Awesome. And so what we see leading marketers do, what Semgeeks is able to do with their partnership with Google, is to break down that kind of organizational silo and take a holistic approach from everything that the Google Ads platform has to offer. And we're seeing that it's working. Data is at the heart of what we're able to do. Leading marketers, according to this research study actually done by eConsultancy, really value data. But the proof is in the pudding. Organizations that use data are seeing better results for the metrics that matter to businesses. We're no longer talking about efficiency metrics, KPIs. We're talking about how do I sustainably scale a business. So what do I want to leave you with when we're shifting from a channel silo to a customer-centric approach? How are you going to incentivize your teams holistically? How are you going to buy media in such a way that you're actually measuring the impact that matters, which is a long customer lifetime value? Build those relationships and make sure that you're not just isolating, here's how I measure TV, here's how I measure paid search, here's how I treat my franchise, or here's how I treat e-commerce, because we know that the customer is on all of those platforms, that there is no longer just a transaction that happens in store and finishes on store. Our customers are more impatient, more curious, more demanding than ever, and if you are able to leverage data and meet them with a customized message, be relevant, give them what they need, that's where you're going to see the most impact. So once you have set that organizational foundation, once you are understanding how to meet your customer, it's all about using intelligence at every step of the way. One of the technologies that Google allows you to reach and convert new customers is our similar audience targeting. Machine learning has been a huge investment piece for Google. With our similar audience technology, we're able to take your rich first-party data, understand the proprietary signals to Google across our 7 platforms, and find new users that exhibit the same intent, strong signals as your existing customers. And again, the key here is that it's your first-party data. You know your customer, and we can help you build that customer base using similar audiences at an incredible scale and also with incredible accuracy. These signals are awesome because we're actually able to understand what users want and where they are in their conversion cycle. The other piece of technology I want to highlight today are life events targeting that's available on YouTube and on Gmail. We know when users are graduating from college. We know when users are in market to move. We know when users are getting married. And that's because we have access to users who have chosen to engage with the Google technology. I know that we have some EDU folks in the room. We also have in-market audiences that are now available on search. We can get as granular as understanding who is in market for a post-secondary education degree, someone who wants a business degree, for someone who's in market for a cosmetology degree. Data is at the forefront of what we can do with our customers. Data is going to drive success for us, and we need to not only collect this data, but leverage it with technology to understand what drives impact and always be updating and iterating. Machine learning is not just Google who's obsessed with it. Leading marketers are also investing in machine learning. So again, what are we going to do leaving this room to take your rich data and combine it with technology to see results like we saw on the previous slides? And finally, our third differentiating factor that we're observing our lead marketers take advantage of is focusing on a customer lifetime value model, where we're not just looking at the initial acquisition, but we're looking at the entire cycle of your relationship with your customers. We know that good ads drive impact. Those demanding users, they're doing more research than ever before. An interesting fact, we saw that in-store transactions were down. However, when users are going in-store, they're actually purchasing larger, they have larger average order values in-store because they've done more and more research. And so as much as you can deliver relevant, useful ads, you are actually driving impact, especially on mobile. With our multi-touch attribution models, we're actually able to value every single touch point and understand those complex user journeys. Brands are missing the mark. Although users find ads relevant, although users know that ads help impact their purchases, brands are not taking advantage of all of these technologies. So what do we have to do about that? We have to know your customer. We have to segment all of your customer data so that you can serve a different message to the person that's Googling pizza at noon to the person that's Googling pizza at midnight. Those are not the same customers. How are you using your data? Are you using it to deliver insights with customized ads across the web? Are you using it to remain relevant, top of mind when a user navigates away from your page without converting? Or are you just focused on the lowest hanging fruit of your brand terms of paid search? We have so many platforms where you're able to meet your customers, use intent-based targeting, understand exactly what they want to hit them with that perfect message. You need to know, is it time to drive sales or is it time to remind a customer of your brand? That's the difference between using data and machine learning versus using just contextual targeting where we're making assumptions about our users. So, I had an hour and I'm sort of rushing through, but what I want everyone to understand is that this is what we need to do in order to get ahead. This is how we're going to take data, take technology, and change the way that we interact with our customers. And that is actually all that I had today.